Hello, Mr. Eric or Mrs. Yani. At this time, we will present the Lean Enterprise System text regarding the project waste analysis that has been given. In this project, we use a machine shop service as the subject of our observation. First of all, I will introduce the member of this group. My name is Farron Angelia, NRP 021, and there's a Melissa Gracia, NRP 048, and there's a Niputu Melania, NRP 121, and Muhammad Syarul Akbar, NRP 178. In this presentation, we will discuss the profile of this company, the 7 waste analysis, 5 whys, and the improvement to the company. First, I will tell you about the profile of this company. This machine shop is built on October 2015. This business located in Cokro Hadinoto Street in Sidoarjo. This business received repair motorcycle, replace oil, and many others. The owner started his business because she observed that in this street doesn't have a service motor, so she think it will be nice and good to create her business in this place. This business have 3 technicians, and the owner for this business work as a cashier, so she can know about what the customer complain about their service and manage the finance of this business. This machine shop service open every day except Friday and open at 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. From this business, she got a net profit is around 600 until 1 million rupiah in every day.
And now I will explain you about the service mechanism of this workshop. So for doing serving in this workshop, we just come to the workshop with our motorcycle and explain to the technician what the problem on our motorcycle. And for waiting, we does not give a ticket or something until the technician come and he asks to us for the problem in our motorcycle. After that, the technician will check our motorcycle with the equipment and ask you to go to the cashier with bring component that the technician need to repair your motorcycle. To prepare, it takes 5 until 8 minutes. And after that, we wait until the technician finish her job to repair our motorcycle. And after finish, the technician give extra service like pumping tires or clean our motorcycle. And after that, after the technician finish her job, we go to the cashier and pay our bill. And the next is the 7 ways analysis. For the first from the 7 ways analysis is emotion. Motion is one of 7 ways that come from the poor work sequence or layout. And in this business, we can find motion ways such as the technician looking for the equipment. And for this case, in the business have the box that available some equipment like screwdriver, ring case, can master, and the others. But technician after finish service motorcycle, he does not put back the equipment, so that's make the equipment scattered around the area. And when the technician want to use the equipment again, they are confused to find where is the equipment, so it take a time. And for our observation, we timing how long the technician find the equipment. And the next slide. For 2 hours observation, we find this data. The first data, time to find the equipment, we have a data 19.3 second for Mineshaft. The number 2, 133 second for screwdrivers. Number 3 until number 7, the equipment is range is have different data, and number 8 to Mineshaft is need time 74 second, and the last for the range again is need time 114 second. So for this table, we can know that technician need more than what minutes to find the equipment, and sometimes they found the equipment. So they need more time. But the equipment still used by the other technician, and when we ask about the other equipment that have the same function, it will take more time to find. Some of equipment is broke, so the technician wait until the equipment finish to use. Thank you.
Is the one of waste because waiting is non-value added process. If we can reduce the number of waiting, we can make the efficient work. In this business, the waste that we classify in waiting is when the technician searches the equipment and the equipment are already used by the another technicians. And then another waste in waiting that we found is not all the technicians have the same skill. So if the service is much like check machine inside, it needs the technician with a long experience. Another waiting waste that we found is if we quit doesn't get the ticket. So sometimes the queue doesn't work properly because the technician asks and see which one is more easy to service. It's make the other customer doesn't like and must add the time to wait until they can be served. Overprocessing is the another waste that we found in this business. Overprocessing is the process that doesn't need and doesn't give value added in the product or service. The technician doing something extra with the instruction from the owner. When we asked why the owner at the process, she said that she want increases the customer satisfaction. But when we asked again, is that any customer need that process? She can't answer. Other processing that we found in this business is the technician add the air in well and clean their motorcycle. 5 ways analysis. 5-way analysis is one of the methods that we learn in Lean system. The function of this method is to find the root of the problem from ways that we found in this business. The detailed analysis can be seen in the next page. First is the motions. In this business, the motion that we found is the when the technician looking for the equipment. And the 4-5 ways analysis, we got 4 questions for this topic. First question is, why the technician looking for the equipment? And we got the answer that is because the equipment doesn't in a box. Second question is, why the equipment doesn't in a box? That is because every finish used, the equipment never put back in the place. Third question is, why every finish used, the equipment never put back in the place? And we got the answer because there are no regulation. And the last question is, why there is no regulations? Then we got the answer that is because owner doesn't make the regulations. So the root of this problem is because the owner doesn't make the regulations. If the owner wants reduce the number of motion for his business, the owner must have a regulation for the equipment. So the technician easy to looking for the equipment.
Okay, I will continue the presentation. From the ways weighting, we also ask like the 5 ways. The first why is we ask like why the technician searched the equipment, and then we got the answer because the equipment doesn't in the box. And then we also ask from the second why the equipment doesn't in the box, and then we got the answer because every finish used the equipment never put back in the place. And we also ask from the third why every finish use the equipment never put back in the place. And then we also got the answer because there are no regulation. And then we ask from the fourth why there are no regulation. And then we got the answer because the owner doesn't make the regulation. So the root of the problem for waste weighting, the technician searched the equipment, we got the owner doesn't make the regulation. And then we continue about the next waste weighting. There is the technician doesn't have the same skill. We also ask like first why the technician doesn't have the same skill, and then we get the answer because not all the technician can do the hard service. And then we also ask the second why not all technician can do the hard service. And then we also got the answer because never held the practice or training. And then we ask like why never held practice or training, and we got the answer because the owner doesn't held training. And then we also ask like why the owner doesn't hold the training, and then we got the answer because there is no time to hold the training. So the root of the problem from the waste weighting, the technician doesn't have same skill, we got the problem is because there is no time to hold the training. And then next from the over processing, there is add air well and a clean motorcycle. We also ask like the first why the technician should add air well and clean motorcycle, and then we got the answer because it's owner regulation. And then we also ask like why the owner make this regulation, and then we got the answer because the owner believe it can be increase the customer satisfaction. So the problem for this waste over processing, there is like add air wheel and clean the motorcycle. We know that the owner believe it can be increase the customer satisfaction. So what should we do to make the improvement? Okay, for improvement, the easy and great improvement step in this business case is using 5S. Short, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. First, sort all of the equipment. Which one still can be used and which one is broke. Is there any broke equipment? The owner should be better to buy the new one. The short can be also short which the equipment with frequent of use. So if the equipment is very often to use, the owner can be by the number with the technician. So it can be reduce the number of waiting and motion. After we short the equipment, we can set in order the equipment. In this case, we suggest that will be better if every technician have their own box within the equipment inside. The equipment with very often frequency to use, such as wrench with a certain number, so the technician doesn't need to find and look away where is the equipment, and make the board of equipment that rare to use so the technician and owner know if there are any used equipment or missing. With that step can automatically can reduce the number of motion and waiting because it's more easier to find the equipment. Okay, the third step is shine. After short and set the order finished, the next step is shine. Maybe that will be hard because machine shop is work is in not clean area, but this step can be implemented like after the technician done doing service motorcycle, they should clean the unused items like oil bottle, wheels, chains, and the other. So with clean the unused item can make the area more clean. Clean the equipment after use. Maybe it will be hard, but in this case, clean doesn't have the meaning after use the equipment. We should clean all of it. But we can start with clean the equipment that exposed to oil and the others. And before close the service shop, the technician can clean the equipment. With clean the equipment, also protect the equipment for broke. And then for the fourth step is standardize. Standardize means make the standard for every rules that make the work better, like how the equipment can be categorized clean, and when the technician should clean the equipment. With this standardized, make the technician not confused and understand about the categories of clean. Next, the technician should put back the equipment after use in equipment board. So when the technician want to use the equipment, they don't confuse to look away the equipment. Another thing that should be standardized is the technician should finish one service before take another service. So they don't confuse about which one they should finish first. And the last standardized that we think it important is the owner should make the cue card. And when the technician asks what service from the customer want, they also ask want to add extra air and clean their motorcycle or not. If the owner doing standardized, we believe work more organized than before. Maybe that will be better if the owner add extra salary for the technician who doing their standard and approach or cut the salary when it's fatal of the technician often forget about the standard. And then the last is the sustain. Owner should inform to the technician about how important 5S to make a routine training. The routine training have a function to make the skill of the technician equal. If they hard to find a day, I think the training can be used in Friday. Maybe if so hard if every week, so they can doing every 2 months or every month. So with that, the technician will have the equal skill. Okay, I think that's all about the presentation. We are really sorry if we make a mistake. Thank you for lecturers for always supporting us. Last but not least, thank you and see you next time.